really, outside of like the fan. I know yesterday we had that problem as well where I couldn't hear game audio in the caster mics, but when I could, it was like really, really, really quiet.
Mhm.
But it's fine. Um,
Weird.
the game audio does keep me awake,
Oh, we
but
already have a timeout coming in.
yeah,
That's
I
interesting.
believe it might be a tech pause from U Albany.
Interesting. All right.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I'm sure they are figuring it out. Dang, look at that ping.
Yeah, that's a bit of a ping discrepancy.
Yeah, and you would be surprised
Oh,
how much of a null effect that really has on the team.
that's not good. We had a disconnect from one of the Albany players.
I think that's why we had that pause, which I don't even know if we're fully paused. We're just in timeout right now.
Yeah, usually we have a tech pause that will come in that won't waste a timeout. But this may go into pistol round and be a bit of an unfortunate start for Albany.
Which we've seen happen before.
Oh, yeah.
In previous matchups where, a team has had some issues during the first round or so.
There we go.
Just forfeit the first. But doesn't really seem like that's going to be happening this time around. Obviously got that DC'd player back in the lobby and should be good to go for our pistol of Dust 2 with the Vandal starting on the counter terrorist side. Albany starting on the
Getting right into pistol round, and we're already going to have a pretty good clash here at long.
It seems like Albany is trying to just 5-man down these doors. Loafcat's already found himself 3 with the help of Duck Lord.
Vandals are going to take that mostly for free, too.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely no competition. And not even getting greedy. I mean, like, you could totally justify a situation where Duck Lord decides to overheat this and maybe find a couple more. But it's not even worth it. They don't know where the rest of the team is, and so they're gonna let Albany kind of roam, figure out where they want to push, and then let them kind of play it out.
Sticks is going to be waiting for this rotate. He might find some.
Holding the edge of tunnel very, very tight with dualies. That's curious. Oasis, I think. No, doesn't see it. I forgot about that. So he's just going to walk in. Audi with the help of Sticks and Saw with the help of Sticks, finding those last 2 to secure the pistol for the Vandals.
It's going to be a flawless pistol.
Flawless fashion, yes. It's
overall, couldn't really ask for a much better start. Oh.
I don't know why I'm muted. Cat can't hear us.
I believe there is a delay, so we probably did fix it by the time that they mentioned it.
Let's hope so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you did fix it. But, ooh, we have...
Mark's Desire in the server, not finding anything. Very, very unfortunate. It's just some bad, like, that's not really where you want to play with a Nova. Yeah, I think he made a little bit of noise.
I love the name of that Tech 9 that he had. He had the snake skin on it, and it was just called the Snake 9. Big fan of that.
Saw trying to get some bullets out onto Albany as they try to push on to B. Miss a lot of shots, but just find one to help Audi, who gets traded out.
Saw looks like he's just going for a little bit of chip damage, but he missed a bit of his shots through that smoke. Well, we're just kind of waiting for that smoke to disappear. In terms of weapons, I think the Vandals might actually be pretty evenly matched here because those machine guns are going to be a bit of a problem.
MP9's doing a lot of work, but so is the Deagle, and so is the MAC-10. From the side of Albany, Oasis able to find that 3K to clutch up the round. Which, second round, it's never really a round that you want to lose, right?
No, especially on that save. Actually, no, they force buyed.
Yeah. I think force buying second round is more common in CS than it is in Valorant.
I noticed that the Vandals will usually save if they lose pistol round.
Which I think is the better option, just so you have the money to buy in third round. Like, you typically won't have the money to poor second round if you lose. But, I mean, it worked out in the case of Albany, who pretty much just bought an MP9 and Deagles and a MAC-10 and just made things work, right?
Lovecat's going to be lurking here, trying to get that sneaky headshot, but doesn't quite find it. Ooh, but there he
No,
goes,
he
winning that
spoke a
gunfight.
little too soon, Figure. Looking
And
for the
gets
second
two.
and finds it. That scout down. 2 free rifles in the hands of the Vandals, but will they find any impact? Lovecat has to play this through tunnel, which isn't the greatest place for a scout.
Bomb is down. The Vandals are going to have to find a way to push into this site. And what was that?
Okay.
I'm a little confused. Not able to move tech out of the way.
Yeah, I believe that entry from Saw that led to his demise, I think, allowed Albany to just find a domino effect. Bunch of kills back and forth there, but now moving into round 4 with Albany taking that lead. Vandals, not exactly sure how to play this. I mean, they didn't really buy last round, but obviously their money is still not in a great spot. Don't have all the util that they could really be playing with here. Sticks especially kind of stuck with only that flash.
If they lose this round, they could be stuck for a
Audi
little while.
Does find one off that molly, though. Big one to have super early in the round to delay that push. The Oasis trying to get some shots through the smoke in mid doors, but not finding anything. Long doors. Mid doors is right there, what we're looking at right there. Now,
Cat push, but Sticks is going to be guarding this. Oh, it might be the wrong time to rotate.
it's hard to say. Albany's playing this a little bit too slow, and the Vandals just don't know how to play into it just yet. Oasis does see the head of Audi. Does get hit by the flash and back away, but is still going to try and contest that. Jessam out Doug Floor. The MP9 does
Audi
find
trades.
one, but Jessam there for the trade. Saw there to find one of his own through mid doors, but Mowgli clearing sight
Now it's
to
just a 2v2.
possibly allow Albany on. See the smoke out. Lock spawn damage out. Bomb almost down, but Mowgli's gonna find him through spawn. Flash out the elbow. They don't know Lovecat's trying to walk up. Lovecat looking for a pixel of anything. Guess Sam's gonna be
his best
holding
friend right
this.
here.
Yes!
Gets one.
Finds the one. Mowgli's in elbow. Bomb is technically planted for him, but Ducklord's making too much noise. He doesn't know he's there.
That was rough.
I mean, Lovecat. I called Ducklord. I'm so sorry, friend.
But I want to point out on the mini map, if you looked at it during that particular round, the Vandals had like a box
Mhm.
that they had the entire Albany team inside of, and they were just waiting for Albany to spearhead through one of those areas. And they tried to push through the back of Long, then they pushed Catwalk, and they were kind of prodding around on the Vandal defense. And they finally found that chink in the armor to go through. Another Long.
Oh, set off for
Lovecat.
finding his one, but Audi finding one of his as well. Just in time to leave. Saw trying to get some damage onto Mowgli and Endel, but it's still going to be taken down. And suddenly it's a 2v4 so early in the round. Those aren't numbers that you want to have. Now 1v4 Sticks all alone with that Deagle. Oasis finding a very nice headshot all the way down the street onto Ducklord. Sticks is on the other side of the map, trying to push long doors.
I think Sticks might be trying to go for either some picks on a rotate. It is a 1v4. Picking up an AK. Probably going to try and save this. Be the smart decision.
Yeah, did
That is
find
gonna
that
be the plan.
rifle. A very good time to have, just because, you know, you already had your team save this round, right? You're going to be going in your buy. That's less money that you have to spend going into that next round. Less if you die in this post round here, which you do see one roaming for them. Don't know if they're going to be caught out. Six should hear the footsteps. Here's the shots. Doesn't move. Able to keep that rifle into this force for their team here.
Yeah, but now with the full loss bonus going for the Vandals, looks like their economy might be in a little bit of a recovery position here. I think that's where the Vandals were really struggling, and on those last 2 matches, 'cause they lost those buy rounds, and their economy was just in the tank.
Hmm. But now moving up to here, might see something that looks a little bit more gracious for the Vandals, who have so far had a pretty rough start to the half, dropping 4 rounds after that first pistol.
Yeah.
Obviously, round 2 is not an easy round to lose if you win your pistol. So trying to figure out like what moves that they can make, how they should buy into this round, and maybe into their next couple rounds to figure out a way to come back from this point deficit. I think is going to be really crucial to finding additional success throughout the half and throughout the rest of the map. Already majoritively through that timeout for the Vandals here, who I think definitely need it.
For sure. It's looking to be a little bit rougher than the Vandals expected.
But now seeing them on full weapons, full util for the most part, getting those kits, trying to give themselves a better advantage going in to round 6? No, 5. Round 5.
This is round 6.
Round 6?
Yep. This is also.
Oh, yes,
Ooh,
yes.
almost getting sniped in mid.
Giving himself just barely there, but I mean, honestly, that could be really bad damage for you, right?
He's already below half.
Up. Block tunnel. But already having that damage is gonna force him to play a little bit more conservatively. You can't play up as much unless if you have somebody to play off of. And Lovecat's holding down B pretty much alone.
I think they're expecting them to push A because they've been pushing it the last 2 rounds.
Which, honestly, not a bad bet to have, Sticks. Looking to peek into lower tunnel.
Side to
Fortunately for Albany, not finding anything there. Flash goes through. Smoke. Saw ready to hold it. Finds the one. Sees a little bit of the body that steps out of the smoke. That's damage onto the green and pink over on Albany. There, Oasis taking some damage from the flank.
Just at the right
Holding
time,
the-
Ducklord saves his teammate from that flank.
That is a great angle to be holding there. I love that. Now we have the op from Sad Opper, who I'm assuming is the op for the team. Does it hit anything? I don't
Judging by the
know.
name, I
Audi.
think he would be correct.
Yeah. Audi
Ooh,
getting so
look
much
at
damage to the
him.
door with the help of Sticks. Saw besting the op in tunnel. A successful, flawless round, might I add. That's the kind of round that you want to have in a full. Right?
Yeah.
If you're going to be putting in so many resources, so many weapons and utility, you don't want anybody to die.
Yeah, and now that the Vandals have gotten their first full buy round, they're finally starting to pick it back up. And on that last kill, Saw was just a millisecond away from death. You saw that reticle was right on his head, and he just beat him to the trigger right there. So, that was a little too close. But I think that was a flawless round, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, again, when you're putting that many resources into a round, you don't want anybody to die, right? You force money, you force util, and then you go into the next round after having died. You have less money to spend in that round. Now you're forced to save around your entire team that's buying, or your other team, other members of your team have to like buy you guns and whatnot. That's not really a situation that you ever really want to be in. So the fact that they were able to take that round, very, very big. May I mention now, Albany still has, I think, a decent amount of money to play with for this round, but
Still have an op.
yeah, there was a lot of money in the hands of Endel there, but maybe this is a situation where that's the last amount of money they have. The Vandals playing full util, full armor right now. Find another round. That just could lead from one thing to another for the Vandals.
Albany's going to be taking a bit of a gamble with this round with this full buy. Because if they lose this round, they're going to be in the tank for at least 2. The Vandals are going to be playing it safe, and Albany might be going to draw them out. Looking like it's going to be a long push. But they haven't really committed to anything quite yet. The Vandals are holding angles on him. The Vandals are actually peeking into territory.
Oh, that flash hit mid. Does hit a couple. Smoke is out. Misses, actually. Definitely. Oh, I'm concerned about that. You see the molly and the nade hit in long doors, but Six is going to be bested by that op. About a minute left on the board for Albany to find where it is that they're comfortable pushing. It seems A might be the way to go. Ducklord makes a little bit of noise, dropping flash. Or is that a smoke?
I think it's a smoke.
Smoke. Or a molly, maybe. I don't know. But something went out to delay the push a little bit from Albany. Ooh.
Albany is going to have to hard push this and fast. They only have 30 seconds left on the board to get bomb down or eliminate the entire Vandal team. And one of them is over in B.
But you would imagine something is, you know, way easier to do with the numbers that you have right now. But even with that earlier pick, like, Albany just has not found the movement that they needed to get on anywhere. So much damage already. Sadopper does find himself a second. Oh, but Lovecat finds himself one. Unfortunately, not being able to finish that out. So much damage on the Jessam. Sadopper trying to shoot through the spawn smoke. Looking for absolutely anything. So much to cover.
Ooh.
And not enough space to take it. It's a 1v4 now. Saw stuck in a really bad position. Is going to be forced to save their weapon going into this next round.
That's the smart decision there, keeping that AK. Oh, that was a rough round. That was hard to watch. They got the bomb down, I think, with like 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock. Just one molly would have saved him right there.
And the only issue, I mean, like when you're holding low on site right under upper, it's hard to fight those, right? Lovecat was holding that angle all by himself. He had no support. Everybody else was kind of like spread out across the map, but mostly through mid, and kind of just letting Lovecat hold down B. But when they realize, it's like, oh, they don't have a lot of contest on this site. We're going to take this basically for free. There's not a lot that you can really do there unless you're Donk and just hit every single shot. I don't know, man.
That's what they call stick.
Yeah, Donk of NA.
Donk of NA.
Ducklord. Let's find a very important one super early into the half. A little bit of damage out from Endel, but nothing to finish it out. Styx also does find himself one through mid, and that's 2 down from the side of Albany. Nade out for a little bit of information. Styx does know that Endel's playing deeper on Catwalk.
It's so hard to see these op kills just a pixel away from seeing them. But once again, Albany is holding mid, long, and a little bit of Catwalk here. They seem to really favor this side of the map. And Sod also gets Styx. The op battle.
Numbers are still technically in the Vandals' favor, but things can really change at any moment. The board is not a lot of health here, but Audi does find himself one. Doesn't find the 2, has to reload. A lot of damage on the Sod. I just forgot how to speak there for a second.
Did he just throw the op out of the boundary?
They're like, no op for you.
You
now Lovecat this time playing a much better position to hold this site. Jiggle peeking tunnel, saw the one, doesn't know whether or not to contest it. Sad is holding it, waiting for him to swing. Expecting it to be wide, but doesn't know how much. Ducklord in the meantime, finding himself a position in upper. Sod is going to find the one. Does take out Endel on site. It's just Sod in a 1v2. Has the clasp or has the clock out, but Ducklord's going to swing for the trade, and that's going to be the round.
He just swapped his weapon at just the wrong time. I think he had to reload on both of his weapons.
Ducklord
one bullet away from winning
that round with so little health. So little health.
Both sides had barely anything.
It really did come down to the wire at that moment, but I mean, trying to hold a retake play like that when you're holding it up, obviously not the easiest thing to do, right?
Not at all.
So fortunate that the Vandals were able to take that. A kind of heartbreaking loss for Albany, who doesn't really have the resources to spend this round. Obviously, Endel is forced to play with that MAC-10 there. No util, has to play off somebody else for a rifle.
A little bit of an interesting buy from the Vandals, too. We have an op, an M4, And an MP9 coming in as well.
Hmm.
And the MP9 is the one holding the long angle. Interesting choice.
Oh, yeah. No, this guy does not know the power of the MP9.
I do not.
Dude,
I do not know the power.
MP9 is crazy. A legendary weapon in this game.
I know the power of the MP7 and R6, but I don't know it in CS.
I love that gun. I do like CS purely for a lot of the gunplay reasons. SMGs actually feel good to use. Valorant has the Spectre and the Stinger, which used to be good and has never been good since.
Stinger is just like it's the only option you have.
Yeah.
It beats a pistol.
That's true. Unless it doesn't. Sometimes you get hard diffed. It's so bad.
Okay, I'm noticing a theme here. Albany loves to swing A, whether it be from catwalk. Ooh,
Stick shooting right between his legs.
just aimed a little too low.
Oasis is gonna best him in that situation, but it's still a 2v1. Oasis trying to clear this corner, but Loafcat
Gets
has the flick.
Beautiful flick.
Absolutely. Cinching that round up in a very close fashion. I mean, again, like, it's not like the rounds that the Vandals have been winning have been, complete sweeps, right? The last one finished in a 2v1, last one finished in a 1v1. Hey, the fact that Albany has been able to hold this much competition definitely says something, right? But I also do think it's important to note that I think a lot of the situations that the Vandals have been in have just been, like, really unfortunate. Some of it has just been, sloppy gunplay, and there's Aim Labs is free, and that's all I'm going to say. But in other situations, Albany finds a push where it's like, oh, we only had one person on site, and they all decided to go here. That's just an unlucky gamble, and, there isn't always too much that you can do about that. Now, Styx does try to find the op shot, but he's playing a little bit too close and is forced to back up. Mowgli only has that block to play with. Ducklord does find him one. Howdy finds himself one. Two now.
Switch to our pistol for some reason. Have a pistol duel on catwalk. It's just a 1v4
Bomb
now.
down, but
Gets the
Ducklord
jump.
with this flying shot. Very, very interesting. But another round to tie things up between the Vandals and Albany.
Only 2 more rounds in the half.
4 players alive now, completely contradicting what I was just talking about. So,
Well,
hey,
funny enough, it also contradicted the thing I was talking about the pattern I was seeing. So.
yeah. I mean, which is good. These are the things that you kind of want if you're a Vandals fan, right? You want them to be winning those kinds of rounds that, the buys are really awkward and the util's really awkward, but that Albany's on their save and they're going to have to play a lot more cautious because if they're trying to find value out of whatever it is that they're buying, 8 times out of 10 you're going to be winning those gunfights just purely because of the gun diff. But oh no, Styx! Whipping an awful shot.
That's the thing that frustrates me about CS so much is the slow effect after getting hit. Ooh, that frustrates me so much.
It's way more significant in CS than it is in Valorant for sure, and it's different per gun. Some guns just make you an absolute slug.
Once again, we're seeing this catwalk push here. They love to push through here.
Howdy once again playing off that MP9, holding elbow for catwalk for some reason. That MP9, very curious. Shot out onto, I believe that's Audi, who's now running down the road. Loafcat trying to get some damage, but Ducklord and Loafcat there to find something big. Still does find a pretty late trade, does give Albany the time to get the bomb down, but it's a 4v3 right now. Now, mind you, obviously, Vandals have taken a lot of damage.
Vandals got to work together if they want to get this one.
Absolutely. Oasis finding Ducklord. They know that Audi's in the street. Styx does find Endel through the smoke.
They're
Peeks
all
out
at
just
no
enough.
HP.
Saw does find Oasis. It's a 2v1 now. Depends on how this is swung. All that Mowgli has to do is play for time. And Saw, knowing that they don't have time for the defuse, they don't have those kits. Mowgli has to die with no rifle. But they do get the round win.
They could bring it to a 6-6 for the first half.
Be way closer than I think any of us were expecting it to be, for sure.
Yeah, Albany has been doing very, very well. I think the strategy that they've been doing has been working against the Vandals way better than I think anyone could have anticipated.
Even me. Honestly, even me.
With the pattern of pushing A, okay, now they're going B, right as I say that, but they'll push A long and hold catwalk, and then they'll rotate into B through mid, and that is what gets the Vandals every time.
Mowgli just egoing the smoke. The Molly not even down yet because of the smoke.
It's 3.
Okay,
Duck Lord.
Ghost actually finding something. Thank you, Duck Lord. Audi finding one more and looking for the last one. The bomb plant is canceled by Audi. That is a very quick round 12 to end the first half 6-6 against University at Albany. A very, very exciting half, actually. You know, Albany held that really, really well, but already going to be seeing a timeout at the beginning of the half come from the Vandals to re-strategize. You know, I think there are definitely some things that they need to discuss about what happened last half to make sure those things don't happen in the second half. Make sure that, you know, a round that's in their advantage doesn't suddenly get swept out from under them. You know, they went into this thinking that it's going to be a relatively easy game, and Albany is making sure that the Vandals are being kept on their toes, right?
One of the biggest killers of these teams is confidence, because that'll get you to be careless, make a mistake, and that'll cost you an entire round, and that will keep happening. And it looks like we have is this a tech pause or a timeout? Look, oh, still a timeout. And I think this will be the last timeout coming from Albany as they go into the second half.
Oh, yeah.
I
didn't even realize that Albany put that out. I thought it was the Vandals, honestly.
Yeah.
I forgot that we were just on CT. Now we are on our CT side, and I feel like the Vandals' offense on Dust 2 is much stronger. Not to say that our defense isn't good. Obviously, we're here for a reason. But making things happen nonetheless. Moving out. Long doors very fast. Audi being taken out by Sod. Styx does find the trade, but Oasis with the dualies finds that follow-up. Nostra pushing out, looking for Oasis, knowing that they're pretty much one shot. Breaths away from dying here. Lovecat getting some damage out onto Endel, but now a pretty tough situation. Saw is able to finish up on Oasis back towards long doors. Endel pushing up through mid. Magic wall.
This
getting
run
swung.
is a bloodbath.
This round has just been so back and forth. The numbers are in the Vandals' favor and should have the time to get the bomb down. Jessam holding down in Spawn. Endel able to find Lovecat. Just looking for Duck Lord now. Shots being exchanged back and forth. Saw there on the flank and they don't know. Duck Lord's being contested by Endel. The Molly's out to push them forward. A fight that's set up perfectly for Duck Lord to help win the pistol for the Vandals. Now, we did see this story happen before. Vandals took the pistol in a pretty swimmingly fashion, and although their pistol on their CT side was a flawless, and it wasn't as clean this time around, I gotta say that was still a pretty dominant showing. The coordination, the team play that we saw there, the Molly to push Endel forward into Duck Lord's crosshair. I mean, you really could not have asked for a better teammate in that situation.
Yeah, those flanks are going to be the biggest advantage that you can have as a teammate. And Audi is just going crazy right here.
The Mac-10 not finding the third. Styx doesn't even die for it. Reloading right in front of him. 3 already down at the beginning of the round, and the other 2 are in their spawn. That's going to be free A-site for the Vandals there.
In their spawn with pistols. This is not going to be an easy retake for Albany. Bomb goes down. Styx is just holding this long angle.
I mean, at that point, like, there's nothing to really, like, save for. Just run it down. WP. Some of them are low health. You might find something, but Loafcat's going to swing you with that Galil. They forced up, and I didn't even realize there's an AK over there. There's 2 AKs over there.
I don't even know how they got those.
Oasis over there on the flank, 29 health. Is going to get pushed by tunnels and doesn't even know. Here's all the footsteps. He knows his death is inevitable.
The hunt begins.
And that's a flawless second round for the Vandals, redeeming themselves after dropping it first half.
You know, once they got that bomb down and they had all their rifles, they realized that the other team just had pistols. At that point, the guild authorized that hunt, so it's gonna be just a bloodbath.
Now,
So,
moving into round 3, Albany obviously able to force up a little bit here, but to what avail? I mean, in a situation like from what we've seen these last couple rounds, it definitely has seemed like Vandals have had a better hold on this than Albany. The flying jump shot with the MAC-10 to take out tunnel control. Vandals just flushing themselves through mid. They don't even care. Their W key is locked straight towards that PCB, and there is no stopping them. Howdy with that MAC-10, trying to slow things down a little bit. They're blocked out by that smoke and elbow. You see Sod with the M4 here. Duck Lord trying to clear for tunnel. They already have that tunnel control, and there could be a situation where the Vandals could take B like this. See Duck Lord maybe calming to his team that B control is all these bullets going through the smoke. None finishing off Oasis. Just Am finding one as well.
the Vandals are finding themselves pincered in this mid contest, and they are losing.
Oh, it's bad. Now, mind you, I think the two that died were the two SMGs that were left on the team. You see those 3 rifles against the other 3 rifles in the server. Fights that supposedly are supposed to be a little more fair. Run the mid doors. Looking for something. Doesn't know when the push. Doesn't have the info necessary. Jessam is going to clear him. But Ducklord best him instead. Six also finds one of his own. Saw through the smoke. Right through his dome.
I'm not sure how the Vandals brought that back, but that is impressive. A great reset from them. Very well done.
I mean, there were so many people on crit health on the Vandal side. I wasn't even sure if they'd be able to make do, but it worked out. It worked out a little too well. I can't even lie to you. Yeah. Into round 4 of the second half here, Vandals very healthy economically. And now with that op in hand, surely feeling stronger than ever. Saw having to play in long doors, eating up the nade, pushed out by the spreading molly. Oasis hears the footsteps, decides it's not worth it. They're going to 4-man down through Cat. They do have that lurk going through right now. Saw does see a couple in mid.
I think the Vandals are going to figure out very quickly here that the entire Albany team is just running pistols, and once they figure that out, they're going to get a lot more confident in their rushes.
Oh, yeah. I think they already know. I think all it is just making sure that, you know, they're not playing too fast, right? They don't want to give them anything for free because, you know, we run past the doorway and don't check it, right?
True.
Something I was talking about on the Valorant stream yesterday. We streamed Valorant on Tuesday. Please check that out. But something I was talking about on the Valorant stream yesterday is when you're running really confident rounds, you're kind of just going to run yourself in to the game. You're going to get sloppy, and you're going to give your opponent opportunities to take advantage of you that they otherwise wouldn't or shouldn't have had. Vandals, I think, have learned that the hard way times over and are making sure to play this a little more careful and, you know, have so far done a pretty good job with that.
And Albany is now in trouble here. It's just a 1v5. I think he's going to try and save or maybe to get a pick coming out. But I think the Vandals are now initiating another hunt, trying to go for this last player with bomb down.
Yeah.
No one is guarding bomb right now, but they have all the entrances covered.
Oasis truly has no reason to save here. They did buy the 5-7, but you're going to get more money if you die anyway, I believe. So might as well kind of int. Waiting for someone to swing. Spawn does find Saw. That's one rifle out. Will he push for it? Lovecat holding him. Does get the damage. Ducklord there for the flank. Oasis is going to die for it, but won't get the rifle either.
He was dancing between rifles there in that last few seconds. Now, the Albany economy is looking pretty good right now. Vandals are in pretty good standing.
Absolutely. I saw an overhype redemption, and I don't know if that was for last round or for right now. So I'm just going to do 2 rounds in a row with loud casting. I think I was already pretty much doing that. I think my energy levels But
You want to just take front and center stage? I'll step back.
yup, solo casting time. Let's go, Vandals. Kind of five-manning their way through long doors right now onto road. Kind of blocked by the smoke. Getting some nades off to clear for car. Not finding anything just yet, but looking to make something happen. Ducklord here for the lurk on mid. Seeing if he can find anybody caught off guard. I think the Vandals are going to wait for the smoke to go down and immediately explode. Oasis also trying to hold for the counter flank. Molly out to block out Oasis. Perfectly played. Doesn't push it up either. Endel should have seen one down the road. Knows to keep his rifle out. Still not pushing up. It's about 56 seconds left on the clock here. Jess Am almost missing his shots, but able to find the last one needed on the lurking Ducklord. Those numbers aren't great already. Audi saw a little bit of him, didn't register. Just has to go and recoup with his team. Endel holding down A-site. The Vandals have to make something happen because they're running out of time. They have the money, they have the resources, but so do Albany. Saw taking out the one left on site. Endel's left alone. That's two now for Saw. Three now for Saw. Looking for the forehand, finds it. That's A-site for the Vandals. They get the bomb down. Last one's all the way over at B. And I believe they're opting to save. They can't drop that op just yet. But they see it! Saw finds the ace!
For the match point round, gets an ace. What just happened?
Oh, that is a perfect time to that is a perfect time for overhype. Thank you so much, Love Spicy.
Jack, clip that.
Oh, please clip that. Dude, I'm getting in a highlight reel for sure. Dude, that was perfect.
Something like that. There's like, okay, so there's two aspects to getting an ace in like esports games like this. There's obviously the fact that you win the round. There's also the fact that getting an ace, especially on with a team that you're actively communicating with, raises morale so much.
Yes.
It's such a hype moment, and it gets you the morale if your team morale is low.
Already bringing it back again.
6K.
Finds Jessam for the open.
Can he get 7?
Looking for an upper. Loafcat. Wait. Oh, Loafcat's on side. Never mind. God. It looked like we were playing CT. We already had B-site locked down. The utility usage is perfect. Loafcat holding for upper. Oasis holding the doors. The smoke blocked off. Saw so much damage from the Molly, but Audi's there at doors as the smoke goes down. Rogley trying to ego this a little bit. Gets the op and backs away. Knows the round is lost, but finds the op for their troubles.
They're going to run away and try and save this, but the Vandals are going to go for it.
They need to get that op off their hands. That's competition that they don't want. Six is going to get diffed there. An unfortunate angle to hold. Smoke to block off, but Loafcat knows, and he's holding. He sees it. Op is down. Endel holding in spawn. He's going to get double swung, and Audi is there to find the weapon. Now into map point. An exciting second half. Never mind, Vandals have found every round in this half thus far.
That could be exciting. That could be exciting.
No, it definitely is. I mean, the op from round, I believe it was 17.
Oh, look at this scoreboard. 16 kills with Oasis. Wow.
I mean, you cannot be doing any more. You cannot be asked to do any more. It's like looking like fluorescent on Apex over there. It's brutal. Vandals, once again, considering that A push. Going for default. Off in the smoke. Molly's going down. Limit the options of Albany. Issue is that this is map point. Albany's forced to play on a save.
This is not a good loadout either for this specific site. Ooh, and Audi's going to get rid of him.
Saw that site already.
Site almost for free.
They have a smoke to block off elbow. Jessam is holding spawn. Someone is there to hold it as well. 90 in the hands of Endel. All the way in elbow. Look, something happened, but not sure if they can. Ugly with XM. Ducklord does find Endel. Drop down in road. Loafcat finds Jessam. Saw peeking at just the right time. Oasis finds Loafcat, but only has... Wait, doesn't he have FAMAS in his hand? Why is he playing with the USP?
I'm not really sure, but I think it's probably a little bit.
Oh!
Oh!
But finds it! Finds two! Shut down Audi there for the late follow-up, and that's going to be map 1 for the Vandals in a flawless 13-6.
You know, can't doubt the pistol in that final round. So that's he had a FAMAS, but he worked that pistol.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was no reason for you to have that USP in your hands to begin with. If you have the FAMAS just reload, it's not like you ran out of bullets that early into the round, my friend.
Yeah.
But even so, a wonderfully played second half. I mean, again, I was talking about it in the first half, but it didn't really seem like this was as much of a sweep as the Vandals were hoping it'd be. And, you know, they still found 6 rounds in that first half. That has to say something, but
Yeah.
their performance in the second half was just absolutely brutal. I don't think there was, I mean, I'm trying to think of things that Albany maybe could have improved upon, whether if it was the way that they were playing fights. You know, their aggression on their CT side was a little empty-minded at times, and the Vandals were just able to take advantage of that almost every opportunity they got.
There was definitely a bit of panic sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Which I think in CS, that's just kind of a natural
Mhm.
flow of things, but the Vandals have gotten really good at keeping their cool and preventing that, which I think Albany wasn't quite as good at, but they definitely had some moments where they definitely kept their cool, and they did very well. I mean, they took 6 rounds in the first half. The Vandals, for some reason, just pulled it all together for the second half.
I don't know what happened in between the timeout that Albany took at the beginning of the second half, but clearly it meant something great for the Vandals. Again, pretty much perfect map 1. Obviously still 13-6, but I mean, did we see second half? Like, that was just
Did it even happen?
amazingly played.
Yeah.
Our next map is going to be Ancient in the series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Counter-Strike 2 action.
Stay tuned.